It's like lo-fi, just for the aesthetics. Alright, close out of league. Citizen Sleeper 2 announced. Oh. Okay, stretch my neck. I can't have too many pixels. Hey, what was I gonna do? Alright, change categories. Right. Alright, so last we left off, we were a working android working at a Amazon warehouse. In the distant future, when we try to unionize, we got a bit busted. So we shipped ourselves to a far-off space station in backwaters galaxies. But our body was proprietary technology, so we gotta kinda be careful, keep to ourselves, and try to enjoy our retirement. But we had to take care of prescription medicines, and there's this cynical bounty hunter who was trying to mooch off of our measly salaries as a dock worker. And so it continues. machinist. 12? Are we on chapter 12? Yeah, takes a minute. Right, where was we? Where were we last time? Let's see. We talked to this Bliss lady who was a HVAC technician, jostling her for her position in the industry. And our good Dr. Sabine was trying to get out of the gangster game. We gave her all the gangster information, so we were waiting on her. It looks like right. There's this winter. There's this weird wreckaged ship called Winterline, which probably contains some kind of information about ourselves, about our past. Oh, Jason Momoa wasn't in Game of Thrones. I never knew. Drago. What a fun time. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into my cardboard box and have a nice nap. Yeah, I do love a charismatic eyebrow, I guess. Speaking of eyebrows, Mr. Fang. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. I've been coming back from our sleeping chambers. Where are we going? So, about Fang, we've been kind of suspicious about this guy. But, he seems... We know his motivation, as in trying to get back at the, big corpos for exploding his whole family for generations. Kind of a one-tracked mind character. Right. I mean, we've been talking about removing our tracker for a while. Hopefully this is it. He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but when you have something new opportunity. Oh, come on, he's putting off our reward again. The data ripped. Well done, by the way, he grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of Sidereal Horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he's hiding in. Fang takes a sharp turn and onto a dimly lit side passage. Yeah, I guess we haven't heard about Horizon yet. Still catching up. That's a massive cooling ship being built out of the shipyard. Biggest commission Haven ever had. It's this big old thing, the yellow submarine that Nico and the Nico family's gonna ride out here. Yellow Submarines by Beatles? Oh, wait a minute. My head's blocking the whole text. 1 second. Let me float to the other side. There we go. Now the title is for the League of Legends. You know, because everyone is just burnt out on it. Can't think of a good title for this game. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere in the back a water pipe drips. It's Sam Sleeper, the same hardened Hearst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name. An entire trail of documentation from the first days of Solheim collapsed until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into the Heaving Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. I guess it was a slow, dripping, a fainting away kind of thing. It wasn't like Solheim was just here, running the station one day, and then the next early Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them as the Palladium market collapsed. They tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the cost got higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep berths on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the accidents were coming to non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time, Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems. This severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. Yes, it's all about the shareholders. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. The collision was like the plate falling, as you mentioned. A young pilot, his MV overloaded with Palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. I've only seen the remake though. Never got to play the Pixel games. People like to tell stories of Erlen, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in the MEV and welded it to the dock with my father while my father joined the impoverished crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang paused in the dark. They sealed it up though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us back. One of us to the black? Apart. Wait. As in the black void of space? I guess. That's poetic. Fang finally turned back to you now, his eyes burning. From Shiza's like hardened. Shiza's who face floated out and slipped into the new structure like nothing has changed. Standing shoulder to shoulder with those that they had exploded with every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Sounds like Harden's some kind of a android at this point. Wait, wasn't Harden in Doom 2016 the android? Dr. Harden? Is this a crossover? That was Samuel Harden, right? Okay, it was Hayden, not Harden. Never mind, they kinda rhymed. Okay, sounds like Fang wants to do some revenging for his family. Since revenge is never the answer, maybe we should reconsider this thing. Well, since you're curious, doesn't hurt to ask, I guess. Let's be a bit nosy. How's this guy still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits, like a phylactery. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. To the ceiling, you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Now I haven't really played Cyberpunk, but I know the basic story beats from all the memes. Fang grins. That sure the shies ahead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex. It stretches to the construction bays, always appearing through the windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock, locked to one side of the side rail horizon. A network of platforms, scaffolding linked to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by a vast space so that the flooding, cutting, and the ceiling seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry. At the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, and the other, stick-thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Harden. Okay, CEO spotted. You and Fang say his name in unison, not dramatic, and Fang sets off the staircase to the gantry with you following behind. Maybe I'll play it, if I get the rig to do it. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock and Harden nodding along. Very nice, very good. Harden Hurst. Wow, going for the direct approach. The Weibo's on Fang. Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces, come back in a rippling echo. The figure's turn. Yes? The Harden asks critically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze lingering on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Harden, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erling stood for, everything Heaven Age stand for. You have no place for on this station. For a moment of stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the order of construction. Now, if you're gonna go for a surprise attack, you don't announce it, Mr. Fang. Arden laughed. Well, good to meet you too. Glances around at those around him, some smiling, others nervous. You are from Systems Branch, are you not? Asked Arden, inspecting Fang's clothing. Wait, Fang's turn to the farmer. You need to call your security. This man's a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans forward and says something inaudible. Foreman nods. Okay, we're at a standoff. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I request a link you direction, so I'm right here. Turn this to the foreman. Again, so once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. Or Master remains still. Hardin's voice is calm and measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear now the echoing sounds of boots and walkways coming from all angles at once, and then rattling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data to the correct channels and we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Yes. Fang spits. Hardin, you shut it. You can't break around this one. Fang loves that word. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns, stares him down. I mean, Fang is obviously out of his depth over here. We gotta hold a bro back. You look at Fang. He shakes his head, puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. The security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor. Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of the entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to the set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What's that about then? Hardin is doing what a sneaky Charizard always does, calling his friends. We are tracking his outgoing messages. No. It was a ploy to rat out his posse. We are tracking his outgoing messages, right? Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring line. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, they're Hardin's buddies, the ones he's messaging right now, and we are going to find them all. Now, Fang, about my tracker. Maybe I should bring up our our end of the bargain here. Yeah, let's ask him about his cheeky ploy. That was on purpose? Of course, Harden isn't working alone. We need a full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slipped the sleep back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. If a pat of you on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, and you're whether to be angry or impressed. Well, way to drag a Sleeper into the whole mess, Fang. Now Harden's got an eye on us. How inconsiderate of you. Okay. We got an upgrade point. But our tracker's still in our brain. I think. Are we still being tracked? Okay, so last time you suggested we do instant karma. Reroll all your dice once per cycle and get +2 proficiency points. But then we could just save scum and get new dice. Just a thought. But I do like the proficiency, so let's stick to it. No wait, oh, I need another upgrade point. Never mind. And judging by the fact that we still haven't disabled our tracker, I guess our bounty hunter was always meant to find us. What's going on with Sabine? this is just a bit of a gotcha system. Okay, doctor is still figuring it out. And that's a capsule hotel. I'm not sure if the HVAC technician, Bliss, has a time limit. Since I don't see any timer going, I'm gonna try to limit this interaction for now. Yeah, I know. Meme coins. Have there been one thing that's been successful? Okay, let me get some grub so we can do some work. Okay. I'm gonna try to solve the mysteries of our origins using the number 3 dice, because this is a safe venture. No Emmys. Alright. Now number 3 dice. You know what? Wait. Let me check the timer. On this thing, okay, this thing is about... Nico and his daughter going on a Generations cruise on the sidereal submarine. Fortunately, that thing doesn't have a timer, so I'm gonna go all in on this thing. Forensics troll. Nice. Critical success. Let's see what we get. Squeeze into the office at the entrance to the shop, to the yard, and you lay out everything you have under winter light. Across the metal desk, your makeshift forensic notes glow on Drago's old writing slate, the tablet, overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans fill the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of damaged and decay. A crumpled printout from the office's ship registry lies beside them, synthetic paper so thin it is almost transparent. Okay, why is this even a choice? What? Is this some kind of a timed event? So we just completed the winter light prompt side quest thing. Now we're looking at the Drago's tablet at his office, looking at all the analytics, like the report on the wreckage. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why is it giving us this silly choice? The slate is a tablet. The monitors. Oh no, something on the metal desk. Yeah, if it's important, they probably printed it out so they could carry easily. That's their printout. A plain list shows the registration history of the Winterlight. The gaps between the entries tantalizingly opaque. Its first registration was a couple of dozen cycles ago on this very station, locked at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on station for more than a few cycles and often took on voyages that kept it away from the eye or for up to 100 cycles. The Winter Light got a little rest. I guess we'll be looking at everything, I guess. The monitor. Oh, the slate. I'm sure we'll get to look at all of it anyway. Your attempts at a reconstruction of the Winter Light before its fatal accident consist of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configuration of the gutted clutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It was happily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations, the new retrofitted into the old, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy of a lifetime, which kept running with care and intuition. Well, that's gonna void the warranty. It also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first, where the hull has been thickened, the corners around it is disguised the change, but they are there. Alright, time for the monitor. Reactor failure. That is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat maps of the remains of the Winter Light. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in section blotches of corner, marking the approximate damages the ship sustained. Okay, so these ships are running on nuclear reactors, or some kind of reactor. Dominating the view is a single blood red rose, a little romantic, radiating from the ship's fraction drive. Huh. A simple story, a catastrophic failure on the drive core leading to a fatal hull breach, a well-documented failure, likely brought on by wear or misuse. While you are looking at the walls of the reactor, you are looking at a smaller, paler mark. One that might be easy to miss at first glance. It is a thumbprint sized and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. We were testing for thumbprints. Suggests a controlled shaped explosion, one designed to punch through the hull and allow access to the airlock from the outside. You are looking at it because it's troubling. An old ship, many cycles under its belts, carefully maintained. A reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry. A set of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the Winter Light, and this was its fatal end to the story. That's not the full story because there's something else. And just a little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were vital cores, but the Winter Light had a separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments, armored, air-walled. Sounds like a smuggler ship. This list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of it you recognize, some of it you don't. Ship mine ROMs, Shimmer, oh arcade, cryochain codes, and then the final entry, passenger, parentheses, sleeper, impossible. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here. The cold for so long and frozen in the container. Had the sleeper been smarter, luckier? How had they convinced the Winter Light a smuggler ship, if you ever saw one, to extract them from Essen Arp? Luckier, you laugh. There have been no remains found in any of the Winter Light's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. Where'd that come from? Is that the shimmer? This was all you find in their compartment. A parting gift from SNR. Well, it won't go to waste now. You put it back in your pocket. The thought still bothers you though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard. 2, one right after the other. That feels wrong. There was someone who had intel about the first ship. Possibly. You flick back and forth between datasets at the terminal, thinking. You see that thumbprint again, the mark of someone trying to get in. Someone who entered the winter line with precision and speed. And when they were done, they left the reactor to clean up the rest. The thought of the person makes you shiver. Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Drago stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you have assembled. What's all this then? He snatches the slate from the desk. After then you realize you can move. You're running an investigation here. What am I pawing you for? The drone on his shoulder starts whirling shyly, his anger passing through his implants. Thank you. Okay, so this guy's the first engineer we met when we hopped out of our frozen coffin. I guess you kind of trust him. I'm sure he's got a... Leave this alone. He starts shaking his head. SMH, we know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttering to himself. This isn't the last thing I need. This is the last thing I need. Setting you up, Drago. Drago freezes, suddenly angry. Oh man. Tripped a nerve. Why are you asking? You're looking to get us both killed and cut these things up. That's her part. Their part is something I don't want to know. Drago seems to steady himself and turns back to you. The heat map of the reactor panel reflecting in his headset's glassy eyes. And I've given you a place to stay. I've given you work. He stumbles over his words, unsure what to say. There's plenty of others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me, no sirree, no. How should we go about interrogating Drago? Maybe give him the puppy stare. there's a little bit of a push and pull in these things. Sissy kinda asked. How about some empathy with I know? He softens. Alright, it worked. You've helped me too, you quiets the drone. I have done well by you and you've returned a favor. It straightens up and clears his throat. But this obsession you have with this ship isn't going to work out for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you thinking of whatever it is you are after, he sighs. You can't work here anymore. Well, we got our income from the shipyards for now. Why don't we just keep on asking? Now it seems like Drago's kind of made up his mind now. Anyways, about the winter light, the thing you told me not to ask again. He reaches over and switches the monitor off. Forget about the Tim. Yep. You have enough to keep you out. Drago reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, sleeper. That means you have to move on. Live in the present, not the past. Well, asking if my life is in danger doesn't seem like, overreaching, right? Androids, we're more like a cyborg, so I guess we have our human instincts to keep our life intact. Okay, since Dragos seems to have a soft spot for our character, let's make it all about us. Then you run. You don't come here, you don't scream, you don't shout, you run. In the dark, Dragos it's a glance, and you wish for a moment you could see his eye and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk and Drago scatters the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you, his headset as expressionless as always. You can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Oh, nice. Rent-free. Don't come back, his tone is final, definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office and then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard, summing the vial in your pocket, knowing that this thing at least can teach you a little more time. Ooh, that's a $100 item we got here. Cha-ching. As you walk, your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winterlight, and whether or not that person will come for you. Got another upgrade point. Instant karma, here we go. Whoops, did that again. Okay, so we got a number 4 dice, which is on the higher end of the dice scale. So I don't think we need to re-roll it, but I'm trying to find... Wait a minute. But unfortunately, we didn't get the number +2 proficiency yet. We need like 3 upgrade points for that thing. Proficiency, proficiency, proficiency. I practice my tongue twisters. Really helps with speech therapy. With my tongue sticking out, it kind of fits with my lisp. Like the nerd accent. Hello. Okay, anyways. I don't know, I thought I always had a bit of a trouble with the S's. A bit too much sibilance, perhaps. What is this? What is this? Right, this is the illegal activities. So anyways, I was hoping to get more out of that Winter Light quest, some kind of revelation, but getting a medicine, prescription meds, kinda nifty. I guess I'm a bit of an introvert. Not very loquacious. Not very chatty. Which is why I'm streaming. Okay, so. I'm gonna clock in at the shipyards. And try. Nice. I'm just trying to be a good streamer tonight. And, you know, being a good entertainer, I think. Oh, you're one of those outgoing people. Yeah, us introverts need to be nudged out of our comfort zones. Good on you, like. Okay, let me try pushing this reroll dice button just for fun, even though our dice supply is gone for now. Yep, just as I thought. The button works, I guess. Okay, time to turn in. Oh, nice. Number 5 dice, number 6 dice. I wonder if there's someone waiting for me outside our living quarters. Nope, we're good for today. And on the to-do list, Mr. Fang is out of his office. Ever since our trip to Hardin's shipyard, Fang has been missing. Wonder what he's up to. Okay, we got some good few dices in our arsenal. How to spend them? Okay, if we want to explore further, we need to pay a total of $100. $150. But Mr. Bounty Hunter's gonna collect soon. And we don't want to come up short now, do we? Now, as far as I can tell, that seems like a pretty risky move. We're gonna hack the system, I think. But I'm wondering if this is worth it. Rotunda. Yeah, that's... Okay, fine. Let's give it a 100% success rate a try. What I get? Akita. Hey, you want to earn a chit? What a weird name for a currency. Ankita stands between a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. What kind of impression do you want to make? Alright. Okay then, fine, let's be a bit more accommodating. You cross the sure, why not? You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plane into two bundles. What is with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up in an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks up you up and down. Don't try anything, alright? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. Oh, she got into a mess. Anyone else? Gulp. She shrugs. What can I say? My temper's a little bit short lately. Uh-oh. Anika hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then. Enough chat. You got to earn that shit. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look, shifts that way, and she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Looks like some kind of a rogue. Alright, what's all this for then? How it is? She nods at the place on her back. I'm building a treehouse. Oh, nice joke. She gives you another of her looks. Next for the ambergris, the cutter you might have seen sitting silent out here. Yeah, she seems irritable and trigger happy. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on our last shop, and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone's got in, sliced the core up from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panel on her shoulder. Can't have Shiza in space, Detroit. The upshot is that I'm sure one ship mine with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I've been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Okay, try to quell this its anger. How can we give service? I don't know. Got a ship mine tucked away on the frame of yours. For a moment, you weren't sure if she is serious. Apparently, ship mines are kind of a navigator module. Ankita swings the plate from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She holds the second bundle of your shoulder. You're the first person I met here who might actually be considered helpful, she pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together. And you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. But she passes a bundle of plates through the ambergris outer lock and turns back. Just don't go spreading all of this around, and Akita throws you a couple of shits. Consider it a bonus for trying not to grasp me. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, get out of here. She goes back and locks Sam's shut. Okay, I think we got like 10 bucks for that interaction. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this is the second interaction we've unlocked by hacking the rotunda. Let's see what we got. Ooh, a gotcha. Right? As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention among the discarded tubing and rusted plates. A machine flickers with a warm glow. A decaying vending machine. Do we have to look for traps? It looks like a claw machine. Alright, I guess we just walk at it. Approach. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. Manufacturer listed as Neovend. I should remember an advert from a long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezing by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter registration. Chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. I don't know. We haven't gotten any. You know, that might be the case, right? Certain point-and-click games tend to be very punishing with random clickings. Walk away for now. We can always come back. As you turn away, something begins whirling. At first, it sounds like a servo motor starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multitonal voice emanating from the Neo Bend entity. They hiss, "Speak with me." Okay, the screen kind of flashed, as if activating our matrix protocols. There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. "I have need of you. You have need of me." The squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirling, whining voice. You are in danger. You know, the servos, the hard drives, they kind of make those weird robotic noises. Burp, burp, burp. Yeah, I guess we are used to talking to machines. What's the danger? I am the danger. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty talk. Okay, the hunter is the eldritch horrors hunting our dreams because we are You remember the strange head, the figure with the tentacles, the threads closing in. I guess you're kind of on the same page with the vending machine. We know who that is. The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden wine lets your teeth on edge. Set your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is a gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets. But emulated makes you target. I guess we know we're talented. I guess we don't really know how. How exactly? Pray tell, vending machine. Hunter searches for illegal entities. Neovine screeches. You're sent. The servos judder the vending machines cast, seeing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You'll get the roar in the vending machine. Unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attaches to the vending machine with a swiveling arm. Comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station. Ghostly, dreaded. The cloud points among the rim glowing deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovan. Masters are gone, but continues on, bringing this data, latest nests. Do we really have to ask why a vending machine can't do this task? Okay, I guess that's a valid question. Why can't you? Who are you, Mr. Ghost in the Machine? Yeah, who knows if this person is in a cloud or actually hiding in the vending machine's hardware. So maybe we should ask about the person in the vending machine. Hunter will find me, then Killer will come. Oh, Killer's a new vocab. We've never seen a killer before. The machine trembles with effort. I cannot leave. Machine connections must remain closed. Okay, I guess the man is off grid. Bring offerings, save self. Neoben says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude short time of the conversation. Oh, this guy's got a bit of a attitude. They conclude tired of the conversation. The whirling amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades, and you are left stood in the dark of a sealed dock, the whirling voice ringing in your ears. Okay, the goal says free Neovend. We're trying to counter the eldritch cyber abominations hunting us. And we need to upload certain kinds of data 3 times. Not sure what kind of data that is. And now we can help out Ambergris, which is on Kita's ship. What is this? Oh, we unlocked a nice little bar. We can buy some rations. Tala keeps some expired swine rations behind the bar for those weary spacers who ask why the Overlook doesn't serve food. Okay. You could also get a drink for $6. Unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol. Fungal drink fermented along the greenway seems like a good test. Yeah, let's get some grub. Let's also get a drink with that. Smoothie. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the dice. I'm not sure what kind of dice this vending machine wants exactly. Oh, really? Like that one silly isekai about being reborn into a sentient vending machine. Was that a meme or an actual anime? I don't know the title, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a thing. So I'm looking at the background, and there's this green area we haven't explored yet. That's coming up next if we have the funds. And then there's a bunch of spaceships strewn about right here. And that's about it. Oh, I'm pretty sure they got some good air traffic control on the station. Hopefully. So I'm gonna invest in the seedy part of town, see what kind of creatures I can unlock. You know, because it is a risky... Oak steak. Was it a stock I missed out on? Castlevania. Good one. I never watched that one though. Wait a minute. Okay, what kind of arbitrary game mechanic is that? That sounds archaic. Okay, so it looks like we've been playing a space poker of sorts, and we got into the high-end table with high stakes. And also we can spend having age data for something. Crouch in a corner for 5 minutes. That is a ridiculous game mechanic. You know, that kind of reminds me of the rumor of the Mew hiding behind the truck. No wonder such ridiculous game mechanics or rumors got around. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see what this thing does. This have engaged data. I got $10. We still cannot go over this gap because we don't have the fees. I was hoping the data would be worth more. And we have to pay our bounty hunter the fees next cycle. So I'm gonna try to clock in, get her what cash we can manage. Oh man. Didn't work out as nice. And it's time to go to sleep. 99th. That little jingle was kind of suspicious. But I guess just the sound of rebooting. Okay, our hacker man, Fang, is still out. Our doctor is still out. What were we working on? Alright, this guy. And our bounty hunter wanted 58 bucks. Ethan's been drinking non-stop, so we gotta pay his tab. $58. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh come from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across in a pool of light. Empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. The Ethan spins a glass on the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy. I have to put down, they don't pay. You're kind of, giving this guy the cold shoulder. Okay, 1 second, I'm gonna use the loo, BRB. Alright, I'm back. So this is the bounty hunter who's been after us. Who's been on our tail for a bit. So this conversation started after we paid the tab. So it might be better to keep him guessing. I don't know. Giving him some kind of an answer doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean, so far, giving him the cold shoulder works. I'm gonna just keep that up. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we are in. Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from his chest holster. I mean, okay, the man's not done with his, what do you call it? Grift. I guess you're kind of at a confrontation. Maybe it's more of a shakedown. I'm not good with this kind of thing, so what do you think, Light? Yeah, I guess being straightforward is one way to deal with a bully. Ethan less hard. And the people around him turn to see what's happening. I already told you about begging. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper. Just like you. We both signed a contract with SNORP anyway. The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What do you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt. You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride. A human for a cycle or two. You don't understand. Okay, this guy doesn't have much empathy, but maybe you're supposed to stand our ground. Yeah, sure. I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying isn't as interesting to bar now. If I noticed the attention from other patrons. You are a coward, and I a professional. No one should thank you, he said, nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching satellite escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Okay, looks like we got the whole bar pitching in. I guess I could play chicken. Yeah, he seems like a... Do we want to play into his game or give him more cold shoulder? Yeah, staying silent worked so far. Let's do that. Nothing to add. Ethan turns and walks back towards the bar. Good. Lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours and it'll always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. I mean, yeah, if we leave, he's gonna just make us pay more. Yeah, maybe it is time we confront him. Look at yourself. Give it up, sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying, dark, and sweet stench of compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Well, from my experience of narrative-driven games, that should kind of turn into something later, right? Also, we got number 3 dice and number 4 dice. And a number 1 dice. I think it's time to do a reroll. Here we go, special ability, reroll. A lot better. Got a number 6 dice for our troubles. Okay, I think it's time to lock into the Matrix. See about that vending machine data we're supposed to collect. What kind of data did it want? Some kind of data about the watchers, the hunters. Oh man, this icon at the top center, it used to say hunter, now it says gulp killer. I don't think that was the right data type. Whoopsie. Wait, before I spend anything, let's oh, here it is, Hunter's Nest. It wants number 2 dice. Let me write that down real quick. These are new. This one wants a number 1 dice. This one number 2 dice. Okay, 212. Okay, those dice are for another day. I'm really hoping for Fang to finally remove that chip of ours. Or I'm gonna clock into my shipyard and try to get the family out of there onto the spaceship. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathered outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assigned numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. You're trying to get a raffle to get on a cruise off this hunk of junk. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those like you have graduated to the work team, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Ooh, Employee of the Month. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Aw, man. Having everyone begging for a chance to work. Ah, there's the family, Lem and Mina. Easy, Bert, wait up. Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd. As you turn to see him push through, Mina crying in his arms. I gotta say hi. Lem. Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard as you after shouldering through the He is breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Sheep, baby. Give me a second here. He smells weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side. Shaggy streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he is clutching a assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Okay, the baby is not doing well, I guess. I guess we should ask for Mina's health condition. I guess we should ask. She's good. We just had to rush up here. He puts his arm on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. Okay, the babysitter's sick. Not a good sign. He stretches. I don't know who. A noise sound from the entrance, a klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lamb stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's by number. Shiza, Mina. He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. So I guess, yeah, we'll go watch her while Lamb fetches his ticket, I guess. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you all. He crouches to Mina. You are gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her back. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food, she doesn't have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon. The game be good. Then Lamb disappears into the whirling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before he looks down. Okay, I guess we're the babysitter now. Mina stands staring suddenly small without Lamb at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Considering everything, I think we are doing pretty well. Our mental's pretty stable and we can take care of a child. How you doing, Mina? She holds the stare unmoving, the two parallel tear tracks still glinting on her cheeks. I think we should take inventory. The child's not gonna. And we don't have much rapport. Yeah, I'm gonna look in the bag. What's in the bag? You'll unlatch the top of the bag and see a few material containers fashioned from scrap components. A paddled slate. A broken iPhone, I guess. On top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked inside is a ragged rabbit, hand sewn. Maybe this tablet has the instructions in it. Mina's got a rabbit on her clutches in the picture right there. Okay, I guess we look at the iPhone first. Not much. You take out the tablet and press the power stud. The screen lights up, glowing blue. Mina stares at you as you look for something that might help. You think we wanna give him some games? Give her some games? You know, maybe we should have just gone for the rabbit first. Make her a tablet kid instead. iPad kid. Sure, let's see if we can get her talents up. Drawing. You press a pencil icon and a pale screen pops up. Blank. Apart from a color picker, Mina reaches up and grabs the slate, sighing at you. What? Is it a good sign? Daddy's friend made this. She runs a finger along the slate, leaving a blue streak behind. Look, she sits beside you and starts to draw. You sit too, looking over her shoulder as she doodles. Okay, I guess, the child's got a secret to share. Wait a minute, we don't want to interrupt her drawing. We should, be inquisitive and be, accepting. What's that then there, Mina? You gotta encourage her. Wiggles! She says plainly, and hands you the slate. Okay. Okay, I guess this, she says her Lem has a friend who made this tablet. And now we're just playing with drawings. Okay, so from the text, I'm guessing it's a blue line of wiggles. I think we're playing Pictionary. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's the C. Mina watches intently. So big. Big. She looks thoughtfully at the drawing. I like blue. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? I guess the technical answer is sort of. But then, we don't want to get too complicated with our explanations. Yeah, seems like a good one. So cool. Mina has more questions. Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you are talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually take care of her, smells like. And whether or not fairies lives in the eyes heating pipes. You pass the times like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with the Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lamb finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired out, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. Ah, how nice and cozy. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. What do you think? Should we brag? Maybe we can get a babysitter job if we pretend everything went perfect. I mean, I guess you're bragging to the parent. I guess we managed. Does fine. Works out. Mina glances carefully at you, hiding a smile that is slowly growing. Well. Looks like Meanie can be nice. Wait, the child kinda hated us? He pokes her head in. Wait, he pokes her head in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Okay, thank you, friend, I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place. The low end, he grins sheepishly. If you have the time. But now I have to take this one to get some grub. He plays at fighting Minna and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper, he waves, and then they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spaces as Mina's laughter echoes at the corridor and bright squeals. Well, I thought there was some kind of a death flag for the dead, but everything went undramatically. Okay, the babysit Minna at the apartments has been unlocked. I love apartments, they're kind of a cozy vibe for me. It's a safe action, we don't get much penalty. We get along and Lem is kind of desperate to get the ticket out of here. I guess we could toss some dice this way. Okay, but unfortunately, this shipyard is dangerous now because he got promoted to the assembly crew. Got a hull welding and fabrication. Yeah, that's another thing. If we want to get the good ending for Lem and Mina, we're gonna have to spend some of our resources. And we're not gonna have much for our other friends. Yeah. Yeah. I guess this is a pretty good place to do some work. Some honest work. But still 6-sided dice. Sure, why not? Also, since it is a dangerous action, I don't really want to, use number 3 dice on such an action. I guess you could just use it to babysit the little lady. Okay. Wait a minute, I think we're also trying to hitch a ride on the Yellow Submarine. There's a way off this hunk of junk. Before we head off to sleep, let's get a drink. Yes, the Rafka submarine. I've been on a submarine once. The story is classified. Okay, time to go to sleep. Okay, I'm gonna take a pill to make sure we have 5 nice rolls the next time we wake up. Excuse me. Speaking of pills, I have to take my melatonin. Then cycle. Jingle. Okay, our dice is not great. Could be better. I think I'm gonna re-roll it. Here we go. Roll. Okay, we got... Okay, we could do some vending machine quest for this. work on the ship, submarine. But let's see what our doctor is up to. The some doctor in the back alley. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are right on time with no sign of him. You wait a while in the apartment, a dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Oh, it's unlike the surgical doctor to be late. I have a feeling they'll show up eventually. What do you think? Should we, try to be inquisitive about our dear doctor? Yeah. Doctoring's a very obtuse profession, I guess. I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyway, should we check the door or the tablet? Yeah, that is true to some extent. You gotta have a good pit crew to repair your body. You check the double. Check and double the terminal for messages or recording. Nothing, just the pale glow. The silence. Okay, we gotta check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, rumbling of the station suddenly so pleasant and loud. You go to the door and put it to an empty corridor. You close it again. Wait, you try to settle down. Wait, you sit on the bunk, stare at a tiny room. Where the hell are they? Uh-oh, did we get abandoned? A knock at the door. Oh, a visitor. Wait a minute, this could be the Yakuza. This could be the doctor or the Yakuza. If it's the doctor, why would they knock? I mean, the Yaragon to be precise, but you know, the gang members, the mob. I think we should hide. make ourselves scarce, so to speak. Another knock. Uh-oh. Looks like an enforcer. Loyal Yadagan, Lieutenant. A flash, small, impossibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. Oh, we're getting fragged. It sounds. Soundlessly swings open. A figure stands in the door immediately. And immediately you know it's not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape like a stubby baton hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet ya. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Hey, we need a lawyer to speak to this agent. I mean, how would you interact with a gang member? Yes, I would also go with the silent. Beep boop, you're a robot. This will be much more pleasant if you remain friendly, don't you think? She walks past you in the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here. You know, this place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you and I suppose you are here to help. Oh, going for a little assertive? Sure, why not? What then? An opportunist? Even better. I guess that's kind of us. We're here for a little bit of cash. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving ours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye. Which means they are in a little trouble now. But that's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at her. It's a little hidey hole, and here you are, to help. She looks through the treatise on our side. And what help, a sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. Judging by Rabaya's response, looks like the mob hasn't got to our doctor friend. I guess the doctor got away to some degree. And we are kind of being roped into the mob. Okay, stay silent. She looks away. I know it won't be welcome news, but I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses as an ARP. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Raphael looks away, waiting for the applause. I mean, we kinda knew that, more or less. She seemed kinda savvy to our condition. What do you think? Should we be confrontational? Or keep our more cold shoulder? We're talking to a gang member here. Silent it is. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, and the terminal screen skips. Encrypted folders emptying themselves before our eyes. In the flicker of files, you see S and ARP, letterheads and code form reports laden back with medical data marked with the corporate logos like the sigils. Some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want, some of your files may even be here. Do you really want to get involved with the mafia? The space mafia? I guess Rabaya's trying to prove our friend was some kind of a turncoat, which, do we really care about that? I guess the character cares. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys of sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNR employee, why did they help you? I guess it's a doctor with a heart of gold. Rubaya reaches over and places a biostabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen lights. It's viscous, clear liquid, crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep it a supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines, even without a doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. They got our prescription meds. I'll ask Toshino to make those a little cheaper for you. We'll be running the surgery now. Okay, the bodyguard running surgeries. Mabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her sides. We have to retrieve our access, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She zips out silently into the corridor, looks around. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to view the tiredness beneath. Oh, got an upgrade point. Okay, so I guess it's another illusion of choice, because we are gonna need our medication. mean, if we cozy up to the mob, I guess we could get rid of our bounty hunter. Okay, acquire stabilizer, which is now $80 because Toshiro is now running a dispensary out of the block. He eyes you, and there is no sign of Sabine, our former doctor. Okay, I'm gonna get this instant karma upgrade for the 2 proficiency upgrade. Wait, we need 1 more point for that. Never mind. Before we do anything though, let me get the data cores for the vending machine man or lady. You recognize some of the data tangled in the nest. Is this a partial log of your recent movements? Okay, 1 more to go. Oops. On the bright side, we got another prescription med out of that encounter. Free $80. From the looks of it, I think this is a pretty safe run. Let me go babysit some more, I guess. Hydration. Okay. Huh. There's an option to buy a shipyard core, which will give us an upgrade point for $300. But also, if you were to somehow get my hands on those expensive mushrooms, I could make $80 or 3 of those. But anyways, back to babysitting. And I'm gonna work at the assembly yard, clocking in. Grab a drink. Drink after work. And now we are on regular at the Rotunda bar. Let's see what that unlocks. At the Overlook bar, a favored haunt for spacers. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunt don't take long to follow. Wait, what? Hey, haunt! The spacer calls across the lower room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human. Okay, I'm not sure about the lingo. I guess we're like a ghost in the shell, so we're called the haunt. What do you think? We should make a name for ourselves, or maybe if we fight this guy, we'll be more like buddies after we fight. You know, it's just drunk people bantering, right? Yeah, you know, we are an established worker in these parts now. We shout back. You stay in back of your stool, scrambling forward. Oh no, we stuttered. We failed a charisma check. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats assuringly. Pat, pat. You freeze in place. Oh, Tala. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes staring at a stair that could breach the wall and bent you all into hard vacuum. The owner of the Overlook. Oh, come on, we didn't start it. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Do you think we have enough dexterity to catch a glass I mean, we have engineering skills and a bit of an intuition skill. I mean, judging by our lack of banter, I'm not sure if you can catch this thing. Ouch. You reach up, and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and cryo vapor, you see Tala leaped the bar and clutched its distance to the spacer. The thud as he slammed into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Oh man, look at those arms on this lady. Now, flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer across through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Are we bleeding? Someone helps you to your feet and back onto the stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared. A fresh measure of grill is glugged out in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, and falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate the kind of shadow here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powder glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. How reckless of a space station to hold shatterable glass around. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning thermal damage and exposed structures. Oh, that stings. You do feel the cure, though, as Tala's broad eyes search your thick, synthetic skin for splinters. Do you think it'll be rude to stare? I mean, we are getting treated. I guess we should keep an eye on the stranger. Let's keep an eye on her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of strangers before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smells to herself. So you've been on die long? Long enough, I guess. She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. Well, she kind of read right through us. The splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate ya. She glances around. Some of the regulars. Maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your shits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I think we weren't supposed to be at this bar first, but we kinda got here in the late games. I know the rations we got aren't much, the company is limited, but if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, sleeper. Here. She slides the glass up. Real to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still in the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? You know, that answer wasn't really clear. Let's be honest, let's say nope. She laughs. Just a connoisseur, Tala mock winks. I'll let you get back to it then. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long she is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in. Complete with dramatic actions. What a bartender. She gestures in your direction, then you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Girol. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like driving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something ground, something fermented, something old feels good. I guess you could do some part-time service here, but we're not really good at it. Well, not much gain, not much lost. As far as I can tell. We are all healthy and mentally stable. But we are about to get embroiled with the mob. I think we are going to sleep. And I think I'm gonna call it a day with this stream. Alright, nighty nights. Wait, let me get the chat up. Alright, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and have a nice rest. Yes, I put people to sleep, that's my job. And bye-bye.